Hi everyone and welcome back to SGTV. We are back in the studio with Nigel Overton from Kinetic Electrical Contractors. I struggled to say that one. So we're going to do a bit of a mess around one this time. Nothing too serious. Usually we have one of these Google sheet boards where we're peeling back the questions that people have typed into Google, but today we have this magical one that will appear on your screen now. And this is basically, if you go onto Google or a search engine and start typing something, you'll probably notice there'll be like an autofill. And that autofill is usually what people have genuinely typed in, whatever that subject may be. So for today, we've got a couple to do with electricians and the industry, and I'll read them out. I don't want you to see the questions yet. I haven't made these up, by the way. These are genuine questions people have put in.
You could be stitching me right up here.
Yeah. So I just want to see your answers on them. So some of them, they don't look too bad. This one's quite easy. Okay. When do electricians retire?
I'd like to say about another half an hour or so. I think I'll be done. Difficult one with the state of your body, really.
Yeah.
You're working domestic. I wouldn't want to be crawling around lofts when I was in my 50s and 60s. But let's go. Nice 50. Enough money in the bank to play golf 5 times a week. That'd be the dream.
That's why they're so rich. They're charging so much so that they can retire at 50.
It's what's in here, mate. It's not all about this.
Okay. When do electricians have lunch? Why has someone Googled that?
That's a strange one. On the go, stick a sandwich in your mouth, or driving between jobs would be the.
You shouldn't drive and eat. That's dangerous.
I know. I never do that.
Okay. When do electricians wake up?
In the morning, normally. Yeah.
I find it hard to believe that people have actually typed this into Google.
People have too much time on their hands, I think. Really.
So yeah, when do electricians wake up? When do you wake up?
I'll be usually getting up about. Alarm will be going off 10 to 6. Out of bed at 6. Doing a bit of admin if need be.
Golf before you start.
Yeah, a bit of limbering up before the tea time. I wish.
I suppose a genuine answer to that is it depends on who you're working for, where you're working, the type of sector you're in.
I get some silly hours sometimes. Yeah. I can be up at 3:30, 4 o'clock, but a rule of thumb will be try and be up for around 6. And if I do a bit of paperwork or whatever before I go to work, then happy days.
I don't genuinely know any electricians or tradespeople for that matter that are doing 9 to 5. It's usually, I'd say a lot of them tend to finish earlier, but they do start earlier. Yeah, in my experience. But I'm not talking for everyone. But
my preferred working pattern would definitely be start early, finish early.
Yeah,
rarely happens, but
okay. Oh, this brings us on to our next question. When do electricians finish work?
Yeah, when the job's done. that's the truthful answer. Yeah, I've done some silly shifts, like been there, 9, 10 o'clock at night, but you say you can get a job done.
Yeah,
you get it done, yeah.
That's it. Yeah. There's no easy way to answer that, is there? I suppose if something goes wrong and you're on site, you can't just be like, "Oh, I'm off now." You've got no electric and all the food in your freezer's going.
Old Mrs. Biggins down the road, you got a dishwater ripped off. Had a few problems. You're like, I'll be back tomorrow. Are you all right to leave your dialysis machine off?
This isn't a question. This isn't a question on this, but if you're on a job and something's gone wrong, wholesalers are closed, what do you do then?
That's where, as I said, previous sort of conversations, experience. You've got to try and second guess, get materials there, and then stores whatever you can store.
Have a bit of stock.
Yeah, bit of get you out of what's the word I'm looking for?
We can't swear on this show, can we?
Get you out of trouble stock.
Yeah. When do electricians get paid?
Yeah, when the customer decides. So yeah,
I suppose it is as simple as that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah, some customers give an invoice, they pay it straight away. Happy days. Thank you very much. Some of them will just eke it out as long as you can.
Yeah. Do you think that's different if it's not your business and you're not it's not your own business? If you're working for another company, if you're employed, for another firm, yeah. Do you think it's going to be a regular weekly, monthly?
Our lads get paid monthly, end of the month. So.
Nice and stable.
Yeah, nice and stable. That's when I was cards in. That's what I got paid. End of the month. Overtime was done sort of like a month in arrear. So anything previously. So Yeah, it was all good.
I know a lot of people who have had their own businesses. They've had big teams in their own business. They've been their own one man, one woman band, and they've opted to go and work for someone else. Not for everyone, but they've gone and opted to work for someone else because they're getting regular pay, holiday, sick pay, pension.
It's not all the dream as some people sort of portray. There's a lot of hard work and a lot of hours that go in to making things tick over and run relatively smoothly.
And it's not for everyone. I don't think there's a right or wrong way you've got to be. If you want to work for someone, if you want to own your own business, if you want to, whatever works.
You got to give these things a go, ain't you? Yeah. You can't have an opinion if you've never done it.
No, you know more or less of an electrician or a person if you.
No, absolutely not. I mean, there's a fellow on Instagram, Alex. I think he's up at Warwick sort of way, and he had a bit of a rant not long ago, and he said, like, it sort of winds me up that everybody thinks that you've got to have all the best tools, and you've got to run a business and whatever to be classed as successful. And I know he's got a little family and stuff like that. So that's absolute crap. Like if you're happy earning money doing the job you love, then you're winning. Yeah. You're absolutely winning.
And I mean, a lot of tradespeipel, I know, they love their job, you know. But if you won the lottery, would you still be doing it?
Well,
let's answer that one. That one, audience. If you won the lottery, would you still be doing what you're doing?
I think I probably would. Yeah. Although I'd be probably building a nice HQ like you've got. I'd probably take your example building over there and just set up kinetic HQ.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one people have Googled is, when do electricians wear rubber gloves?
Rubber gloves. I don't even own any rubber gloves.
I suppose we have to be careful answering this because health and safety, regs, all that kind of thing. I don't know the answer to this. I should, but do you?
I've got in the van. I've got a pair of gauntlets, some volt 10,000 rated volt gauntlets. Some customers, when doing battery builds, would specify that we wear them. Some MOD sites for like live testing and stuff like that. That would be the only time I
suppose that is a serious question, really, because I suppose you could say, I don't know the regs or the rules on this, but if you could potentially say every time you do something, if it's going to protect you.
Yeah, well, it depends. A lot of people wear just standard sort of gloves whilst working. I really struggle with that, and some sites are 5 points PPE all the time. You've got to wear gloves, but when you're dealing with little fiddly connections, I physically can't do it. Sometimes they let you get away with fingerless gloves, which tend to be the
and you know, safety is something that we always try and push on this channel.
Yeah.
But like you say,
everyone wants to go home at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's not always. I suppose it's not always possible for everyone, but and you've, like you say, you've got some rated ones. I don't suppose all of them are rated, and it.
No. That's most. I'd say a lot of electricians wouldn't carry fully insulated gloves. It's only been because certain customers and their safety procedures have said that we've got to have that. I haven't used them often, and a lot of the time I think it would be, I'd say, overkill. But like with most of these health and safety things, they're put in place to protect you at the end of the day. So if that's what the customer and their sort of like SOP state, that's what you're going to do.
Fair enough. Next one is, when do electricians clean up?
Oh yes, that's going to be one they're going to love.
Do you think another trade has typed that in?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because they're probably going to say, "Never, Sparkies don't clear up." Well, yeah, we as a company are very tidy and will always tidy up after ourselves. And yeah, doesn't matter if you're an electrician, apprentice, whatever. You make a mess, you clear it up.
Yeah, I find it easier to work as well. If I'm doing stuff around the house. If I've got tools and rubble and stuff on the floor, I'm like, right, let's have a little tidy up.
Yeah. Focus in mind. Yeah. You'll be precise on what you're doing.
But I mean, as everyone on site could probably well tell, that's not always the case for some people.
Not
everyone. I'm not blaming any particular trade or person, but yeah, we've all seen it, haven't we? So next one is, when do electricians use ohms?
Use ohms?
Ohms.
As in the measurement for resistance?
I can't do another accent, way of saying ohms or whatever.
Ohms. Yeah. Use a measurement for testing. So when you're doing your dead test and you're doing your R1, R2s, you'd be measuring the resistance of the cable, which the measurement would be in ohms.
Yeah, and there's all sorts of tools and calculators to help you do the conversions and ratings and all that.
We use sort of like iPads and put all our test results on the NIC software, and they'll give you a maximum disconnection times.
Yeah. We've also got the Scolmore app I'd like to plug in just now. You've got the calculator, the tool on there, toolkit.
I haven't got that.
Check that one out. Get on there, Nigel.
Will do, mate.
Next one is, so rather than when do, we've now gone on to why do. So this is, again, what people have typed into Google or a search engine. Why do clients ghost you?
Yeah, isn't that the magic question? I wouldn't know, to be truthful. Wouldn't say. Well, obviously you issue quotes sometimes, and then you don't hear back from them if that's what they're referring to. Some people just get scared off by the price. Some people think it's going to be a quick 5-minute job, and in reality it's not. So yeah, let's go with that as the answer.
Okay, I bet a lot of that is, in lockdown, everyone stopped and wanted their bits done on the houses.
Yeah.
Perhaps didn't understand how much things would cost or how long they'd take. Maybe they've got people in for quotes, and then they've realised that a job that they probably think £200 is actually £1,500, and then it's like, I'm not even going to reply to that.
Someone says, "Oh, well, I want a kitchen extension." You go, actually, your consumer unit needs upgrading, and they're actually it's going to cost a bit more. And
that actually brings me on to a point I was talking to someone about the other day with electric cars. So it's all good, whatever your political viewpoints on electric cars and energy and all that is.
Yeah.
If you're getting one, you then need a charging point at home. If you're this has a knock-on effect. If your consumer unit isn't up to scratch, you might need a new consumer unit. If your wiring isn't up to scratch, could be a full rewire, consumer unit, EV charging point before you even get that new car.
That's it. Yeah, it can. Yeah, and that's the thing. People don't realise.
And I also heard about, again, going off topic slightly, but your actual feed into your house coming off the grid might not be up to scratch.
And you could have a 60 amp fuse, which is not suitable. You could have a loop to supply, again, not suitable. And it all depends what your DNO is like. And my experience with them has been pretty painful. They're normally not that easy to deal with. I know, depending where you live in the country, some people seem to have it quite all right. But yeah, no, that can be a headache.
Okay. The next one is, why do clients complain?
Wow. Sparky's not tidying up after themselves.
Do you get many complaints?
No, not really. We often, when we've got sort of one of our engineers working at a custom house or whatever, we'll touch base with them after and say, happy with everything, like that final sort of sign off, make sure they're all good, and just everything all right with the lads on site. Yeah, happy days. Job done. So, I mean, to be NIC and some of our other accreditations, you've got to have an official complaints procedure. So we've got all that in place, but it's yet to materialise.
That's good. Good. Why do clients not offer tea or biscuits? Again, why someone actually types this into Google? Are they having a bad experience on site where they're not getting tea or biscuits?
Yeah, I mean, that's domestic.
Talk to us. Tell us.
I think that's just domestic electricians being spoilt, because most of the time you won't get that with your industrial customers. You might get a coffee machine on site if you're lucky, but yeah, I see stuff on Instagram. Sparky's getting sandwiches brought down to them. They're getting cakes. What's going on? I'm not getting that.
Yeah,
not happy.
You want to get onto the domestic side of things, don't you?
Yeah. No,
you think about the cost. The difference in cost is what you'd save in people buying you food. So there you go. Okay, this one's a good one. I like this one. Why do clients? This is probably domestic. Why do clients linger/watch you?
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to learn.
Do you get that in industrial?
Not so much in industrial. You obviously get sort of like health and safety sort of officers might walk around every now and again, check up on you. I've had it a few times with domestic, and it's not pleasant. It's like we were saying earlier about the challenges that challenge board that you have. As soon as somebody's sort of like there,
pressure's on them, isn't it?
Like,
you start questioning yourself. And
I don't know why they do it. I don't know if they're like trying to pick up hints and tips. Next time I come to sockets, I'll be able to change that myself. But you can watch all you want. But, you're not going to years of experience. And you're not going to pick it up 5 minutes of watching. You can go on YouTube and probably watched about 1 million videos of people second fixing sockets. But
Yeah.
some of them just like to chat as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't got any problems with that.
I've seen some good photos, mainly from plumbers and gas fitters, of literally people almost looking through the plug socket at them, through the sink at them, but yeah, there's some good ones to look on that anyway. Why do clients question what you are doing?
Curiosity. Yeah, so some of them obviously just want to know why certain things are happening. Again, you do wonder with some of them, like, are you asking questions because you're going to be having a go at this, or yeah, or they'd be like, I've got a mate whose outside light's not working, and this is happening, and explaining a very specific scenario. You know, right? Is your outside light not working? No.
Let me just test that.
Yeah.
I suppose I suppose it depends on the client. Some of them are going to be curious. Some, they probably just want to know what you're doing to their house.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
What are you doing in my house?
Exactly. Yeah, I've got no issues. I've got no issues having chats with customers and clients and all that. Sometimes it's nice to have a little chat about your work and stuff like that. And if they can see that you're sort of like engaging and genuinely interested in them, it makes your life a lot easier. You're not just there to throw it in and run away and not care about it. So.
And a normal, trustworthy person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they're probably gauging that as well, aren't they?
Yeah, either that or they won't like me.
Yeah. Why do the last one on the list now? Why do clients not pay on time?
Yeah, isn't that the magic question?
Yeah,
I wouldn't tell you. Tight. No, I don't know. I know some people generally do forget invoices. And I'd be lying if I hadn't had sort of like been invoiced for stuff, and then I've had a gentle nudge saying you haven't paid this, and I've gone, genuinely forgot. So I've got no doubt that does happen.
Fair enough. So. Well, that weren't too painful.
That was all right.
I hope you enjoyed that one.
You didn't stitch me up, so I'll let you.
We're going to change them and then get you answering different questions and make it just seem, But no, Nigel, thanks again for coming on the show. As always with our audience, we've got more episodes with Nigel talking a lot about sort of costing and breakdowns and quotes and different customers. So they're quite interesting videos. So please keep your eye out on the channel for them ones. Make sure you head on over to Nigel's Instagram page. We need to get his followers up. He's got a really good channel on there. So where can they find you?
Kinetic Electric Limited. Yeah, we're on rookie numbers at the minute. We're only small fry, so we need to get them bumped up. So give us a follow, please.
So go and help him out on that. Please make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button below. And thank you, Nigel, and thank you all for watching.